I'm your host, Gary Singh Grewal, and right now let me introduce Baljinder Sidhu is a IBM engineer, and Amrik Sidhu is a aerospace engineer, and Peshwaraji engineer, and also author, poet, everything. Joe Sandhu is a businessman. He is also professor here before, and Sudarshan Kapoor ji also professor. Manoj ji also used to be professor of physics area. Let me start our hot topic today. NRI, Hindu and Sikh scholars tribute today's Guru Tegh Bahadur on his 400th Prakash Purab. Our topic is would be how Hindu and Sikh faith may help to work together to suggest politicians to resolve ongoing conflict between BJP and farmers. Our guest will be today Professor Sudarshan Kapoor, Fresno University, State University, and Peshwara Singh Ji Tillon, architect engineer, Punjabi poet and philosopher. Let me start with Sudarshan Ji, please. Go ahead.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ to all my brothers who are here.
Thank you.
I have been with the university for more than 50 years at Fresno State. I came in 67 after spending some time at University of Toronto. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ I was doing my doctoral work at Florida State University. Before coming to Florida State, I spent some time in Holland studying social policy and social programs, social security of that country. I have been working in India with Gandhi Smarak Nidhi, which is a foundation established after Gandhiji's assassination. Here I have been teaching in different departments because I have degrees in more than one field. I have been teaching actually in social work department for about 40 years as a full professor. Now I'm teaching in philosophy department, where the program which I started in 1984, Peace and Conflict Studies program. And I have a major emphasis on interfaith peace building. This is both based on the philosophy of that, hey, if the word religions and the word faith are not at peace with each other, there won't be any peace. There won't be any lasting peace. That how people from different faiths and tradition can work together to promote peace and understanding and be peacemakers. So I was very much delighted actually when I was asked to speak. It can help to really solve the farmers' situation, farmers' concerns in India and the government, the conflict that is going on between the two. I think we certainly need to find some ways and means to resolve peacefully. Guru Tegh Bahadur ji apne, it is very difficult to really compare his sacrifice with anybody else. I call it a supreme, unparalleled sacrifice that he made for the freedom of religion, which is very important in all the societies today. Whether it is United States Constitution or India's Constitution, religious freedom is very important. Because religion is a very important part of our life and it is going to remain so. And people need to have the freedom to worship whatever God they believe, whatever their belief teachings are, say they should have freedom. There should be no interference in the freedom of the expression or practicing of religion by people. I think that's the supreme sacrifice Guru Tegh Bahadur ji made. I think it is difficult to find any such other sacrifice made by anybody else. So I really feel that we all need to learn from his life and also practice and preach what he taught to us today. It is very relevant today's world. So I think that the teachings of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, the sacrifice he made, is very relevant and we can learn a lot. We need to teach and practice what he told us with people of other faiths and tradition.
Okay, Pashara Singh ji, you can be continue that Guru Tegh Bahadur ji's sacrifice, whatever you feel it.
I
Thank you.
think continuing on what Professor Kapoor has just mentioned, the essence of the topic today is paying a befitting tribute
Yeah,
to Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur for his unique sacrifice on this 400th Prakash Purv. The right way. What is the right way to do it? That is the question.
yeah.
So, reading about Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, and Captain Amrinder Singh's statements and their proposed plans, Indian nation on his 400th Prakash Purv appears all set to pay a befitting tribute to the ninth Sikh Guru, Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur. It is a hopeful gesture, but in order to walk the walk, they need to be specific in spelling out what the befitting tribute would be in this moment in time. Affectionately called Hindi Chadar, Guru Tegh Bahadur was martyred in Delhi 1675 by Aurangzeb while peacefully defending the right to freedom of religions as a fundamental human right for fellow citizens. The martyrdom, however, ushered a new era in the subcontinent, which changed its history forever. The spirit of coexistence, brotherhood, and fighting for fundamental human rights lives on in the Kisan Mazdoor Sangharsh started in Punjab, which Dr. Professor Kaur has just mentioned, which now includes hundreds of thousands from all walks of other Indian nationalities. Jointly, they are protesting to defend their small businesses and rural economy, their traditional livelihood and way of life. Both central and state governments should commemorate this important day by going back in time and understanding the lessons from the history and avoid meeting genuine demands with a hard bullnose attitude. As the philosopher and poet George Santayana says, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. They can do so by resolving this largest ever peaceful protest organized by their own farmers, organizing in Punjab for the past 7-8 months against the three new agricultural laws dubbed as black laws by almost all its population. Together, they are exercising their legitimate right to protecting their livelihood and culture from corporate takeover of the agriculture industry. The democratic Indian government can set the right example by agreeing to their genuine demands, where more than 300 of them have already achieved martyrdom, begging for government attention, camping at their doorsteps. History has given such a privilege to both central and state governments to offer this as a gift on this auspicious occasion. Rising to the occasion and peacefully resolving this burning issue on his 400th Prakash Utsav, especially when COVID 19 is also ravaging the country, will be the most befitting tribute to the Guru from the government and all his countrymen, be they Hindu, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, and others living inside or out of India. The $1 million question would be, can it be achieved this way? So I will let the members to jump in and
Okay.
take it from
Thank
here.
you, Pashara Singh ji. Let me add in here, on April 8th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said a number of activities will be organized to mark the 400th birthday anniversary of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, ninth Guru. At the same time, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was there in their meeting, and Lok Sabha Speaker also, Om Birla was also in meeting. Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman also there. So opposition Rajya Sabha, Mr. Kaji was there. Haryana Chief Minister Manoj Lal was there, and Raminder Singh from Punjab Chief Minister was there. So Rajasthan also Chief Minister Shogal to all people are there. So according to if I added here, already Prime Minister Narendra ji helping in this matter. and celebrating 400th. Okay, ji, Amrik Sidhu ji, you can add in there. Thank you, sir.
I think we have to look at what Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji did was the program started by Guru Nanak for justice and liberty for all. Guru Nanak started this and it continued, and Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji gave kind of courage to the people who were so used to taking it. And they said, no, you can be peaceful and still achieve a lot. And I think Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji demonstrated that and achieved that. His life and legacy lives on. And in order for India to become the nation that they wanted it to be, I think the present government needs to recognize the liberty for all. It doesn't matter whether India's economy is doing very well or not, because a common man is not going to benefit. Common man is happy with their lives the way it is. Corporations need not come and take over. Corporations are not good citizens of any country. They go after the money. They chase money, they chase profits. So I urge the present government to give a befitting tribute to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji by respecting the justice and liberty for all the people in India.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Baljinder Singh ji, Sidhu.
Hello. I am delighted to hear Professor Kapoor's words. I'm looking at his experience. I think what he spoke and what I see, it enriches my own life. There is a lot of good experience, the words he has used. So without repeating, I think we all know the legacy and sacrifice and, Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur did. But now the question is how the government can pay a befitting tribute by words, or I was listening to a lawyer from Karnal. She was from a temple, and she was surprised that India's education system does not even mention about Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. People don't know who was Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. And I am actually very encouraged with the experience of Professor Kapoor, that he is in community organizing experience. Probably he can help us build a consensus, and we can transmit that consensus built by the NRIs back to Modi's representatives or to Modi this way. Thank you.
Beautiful. Joe Sandhu, Mr. Joe Sandhu.
Yes, first of all, we welcome Kapoor ji. He have a wonderful experience in life and a lot of knowledge about many concepts of, of the world. He will all-rounder, and we need his help that we can get some kind of, help that we can send it to the farmers or Modi especially, that they can compromise and sit together, resolve the matter. It is not a, matter of Sikhs only. It's a matter of Hindu, Muslims, and all caste people. They are all involved. See, there are so many people in New Delhi now, and they are struggling. But they are people of Modi. They are his, they are the one who elected him. They want his help to provide them legitimate help. And Modi have not taken any step to 3 legitimate demands they're asking for their livelihood. They have demoralized Sikhs more than any other community. And that's why we want, Indian government to come close and work with the farmers, and they can go back and start doing their own, business and make their livelihood. They have wasted, 4 months, more than 4 months, and nothing been established. And blames is coming on the Sikhs. I think if he in a right mind, there is a 400, birthday of Guru Arjan Dev Ji coming.
Guru Tegh Bahadur.
He can give a reward to all the farmers.
Good.
Farmer had provided us bread and butter throughout our lives. And they are not asking more than, unfair. He should be fair because they are his citizen. He is, leader of.
Okay.
And I want all of you to send message to our farmers. They can stand in and fight through the struggle. And I thank you very much.
Thank you much. Okay, Mr. Binoji, you start from China to Christian here, sometimes very interested. You have a lot of knowledge in that area. Thank you, sir. Go. Manoj
will-
Gupta-ji, thank you.
I
Go
would
ahead.
like to tell you that the country is in deep crisis. In the history of India, such bills were passed through back entry. Who is statesman? Statesman is the person who takes any wrong step done, once say take everything back and let us talk to each other, and things are good. It's not the end of the world. If you take all the bills, what farmer is doing, take it back. Become a statesman, become a hero. Then have a negotiations with different groups, different political groups. If you have a majority in parliament, does not mean that you pass anything. Tomorrow other government will come, they will pass reverse. So my suggestion on this day is, on these 400 years, become a statesman, a great man. And if you become a great man, you will remember like the great saints and sagas and the people. Number two, how the different people of different religion can coexist. If everybody grows, economic prosperity go forward. If you see the United States, different nationalities, different religions, when everybody go upward movement, everybody does not conflict. There is no conflict. If you see in USA, there is no conflict. Different nationalities, different religions, different thoughts, because everybody has a forward movement. But if in India, where there is Sikhs, where there is a Muslims, you see Muslims are 15% population. So if you do not have a coexistence, how will you coexist with each other?
Let me, Manoj-ji, bring to Guru Tegh Bahadur-ji. What is your message for that from Guru Tegh Bahadur?
Yeah, I will say become a statesman, like sacrifice for the nation and take the all bills back. And let us have a negotiation with different groups, the ruling party and opposition, different state governments. When there is a corona, you talk to different state governments. But when there is a crisis, you do not talk. You see a monopoly power. So they have to talk, because India represents a truly federal structure. Different political groups, different thought groups are in states. Have a consensus on that. Because without consensus, country cannot be run. So my appeal to the Prime Minister is, on this great day, take everything back, let it start again. It is not the end of the world. You can do everything again. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Manoj-ji, thank you very much. Let me say a few words here. According to NRIs worldwide, millions of NRIs worldwide request Modi ji today to announce an amazing, memorable, best history, unique gift to farmers on the occasion of 400th Prakash Purb of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. I think we are conveying our message behalf of NRIs worldwide, because all professional people from Michigan to Toronto to here. Okay, Kapoorji, can you add 1-2 minutes there, 2 minutes maximum? So
Gary Singh ji, first of all, I'm privileged to listen to all the wisdom and experience of other brothers who are here. If we have a petition, which is the right to petition, actually, which is a human right to petition to the government to express their grievances and concerns. So if we have a statement, actually brief statement, which we can all agree, I will put my signature. There is no doubt a great need for some kind of a conflict resolution between the farmers and the government. It appears that the government, it has become a prestige issue to the government in power at present because they are not used to taking things back, or they are not used to losing in the parliament because of their majority. What I call tyranny of the majority. That's the word actually I use, tyranny of the majority. Sometimes the majority can be very tyrannical, which is actually is happening. So if we have thousands and thousands, as you say, you have 25 million or so, if we have those signatures, I think it will be good to actually send the petition with our signature. This I would very much recommend.
okay.
And I have just heard from the grapevine that there is a group of 5 people, 5 some well-known leaders in India who are trying to go in between the farmers and the government. I really don't know all the details. We really need to encourage people in India also. There are leaders who are very much concerned with the plight of the farmers. There is no doubt about it. What has been said was Sidhuji and other brothers here that farmers are very essential for our life. You must have heard the words essential workers. They are essential for our life. The condition which I remember as a student, that the farmer in India was born in debt, lived in debt, and died in debt. And that is still the condition actually is. And for their livelihood, for their actually working condition, we need to do something, whatever we can. We had one green revolution. We need one more green revolution that Sardar Manmohan Singh ji has proposed. And I hope that government pays attention to that. So how to actually move government from this very strong position that they have taken? They have to realize people's power, like that, what I call people's power. And they will only realize actually, of course, political processes are there, but the people's signatures, if we have petitions signed by thousands of people, intellectuals, farmers, business people in this country as well as in Canada. So if we send that, submit to through our consulate, through our ambassador, or directly, whichever. So there is a need for that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Amrish ji, only 1 minute, please. We have to wrap up that. 1 minute, please. Just to say that something.
I think I want to thank everybody for their kind of great views. It's really, it should not be a political issue. It should not be an issue of prestige. It's a humanitarian issue. Farmers have been there a long time. Somebody needs to step up and say, okay, we will take these laws back and we will sit down with you and negotiate and come up with the best solution for India. If those people are people of India, and we need to treat them as such, regardless of the political party they belong to. They are still Indians.
Okay.
And whichever religion, it doesn't really matter what religion they are either, but they're still citizens of India. India is supposed to be a democratic country, and that's how I see it. It's a humanitarian issue, and I really strongly urge the Indian government to deal with it as an humanitarian issue.
Okay. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Bajinder ji, to ਅਸੀਂ wrap up ਕਰਾਂਗੇ later on. Pashora Singh ji, 1 minute, please.
Interesting as it is, any nationalistic government or democratic government ought to be forming policies and spreading awareness to unite the nation, to unite the people, because that is where the strength is. But unfortunately, it seems in that part of the world, the governments come into power by dividing people. So how would you expect that under such ethics of politics, they will come to a conclusion, peaceful conclusion, and give a befitting tribute to Guruji,
Guru Tegh
walk the
Bahadur.
walk.
Thank you.
So that is something to be seen. The people walk, the people talk, but they don't walk the walk. So that is to be seen, what they do.
Okay, Jo Sandhu ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji de main te rakh ke. Guru ji de. Jo Sandhu.
It's such a good idea what Mr. Kapoor told us. Petitions can be filed, but I don't know if it's going to affect any on Indian government. They probably will look at it and throw it away. But only action is all the leaders of India from different states get together, reach out to Modi, what solution we can find out.
Okay.
They can work something out with the farmers. Farmer will give in. He will have his pride back, but in 4 or 5 months, he have not sat down with any farmer communities.
Yeah, okay.
He just sending to the court using force, and it excite other parties too. See, they don't want to get beaten up.
Okay.
And they don't want to get blamed for nothing. Government does all the negative activities on them, but they say blame them that Sikh did it or Hindu did it. They blame on other people.
Yeah, okay.
See, this process was going peacefully since they came to New Delhi.
Good.
It must be resolved.
Guru Tegh
And,
Bahadur
I
da message.
think we can be part of the resolving matter. We will send letters. We can have hundreds and thousands of people sign the petition. We can have that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Broji. 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I would like to say that there is a fight going on in India under the present government between the corporate sector and common people. The government of India has to come out of that corporate sector thought process. If they do not come, there is going to be big trouble in India. So my appeal to the Prime Minister is get out to the common man, not to the corporate sector. It's a very dominant India now. It has become more powerful. Media and money is playing a big part in the political process.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
That's
Broji. Bajinder Sidhu ji, please wrap up, please.
This is a very critical time for India. This is the time for reconciliation. This is the time where Prime Minister of India should represent everybody. In spite of people who have voted for him, not voted for him, he has to represent everybody. He should consider farmers as the citizens suffering, sitting on the border, going through the heat. So he should look at from that point of view. From his mind, he should change that attitude, but he's taken so far that he's made like two parties, them and me. But just like Vinodji said, statesmanship, this is the time where he come out of the envelope and become a statesman and make a declaration that for the good of the country, in respect of Guruji's sacrifices, this is the opportunity for him to show to the country that I am the statesman and I'm taking this opportunity to take these laws back, and then we will talk later on, whatever comes. So thank you. That's all I want to say.
Thank you very much. God bless you.